Hey you guys, it's Lacey. I have another house building video for you guys today. This one is called Riverwalk Estate, and I kind of have like a little bit of a story behind this house. Okay, so basically I was looking online and I came across this house that was built in the 1800s, like 1885. I mean, it's like a super old house. And I really liked it. But I was looking at it and I was like, man, I could make that house look really good. So that's what this is. It's basically like a picture that I saw, but I wanted to do my own things with it. So my story is with this house is this family comes into some money. Okay, first I should tell you that this house is like one of those like memorialized house, like I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's like where there's like always them houses in like every city or town where you can never tear it down. I can't remember what that's called, but it's like memorialized, and yeah, you can never tear it down, but you can renovate it, but you can't tear it down. So yeah, that's what this house is. And when I start off here, it's a little bit more similar to what it looks like in the picture, but it will change. Like, I'll add my own stuff and like do different things with it to make it look more like renovated. So basically, like, it's one of those houses but renovated. So my story is this family comes into some money and they really love this like memorialized house and they really want to buy it, but it still looks a little bit old and kind of plain and kind of like boring, so they decide to renovate it. And what the final product is what they end up doing with it. So it's a very old house, but it's renovated. So in the interior, you will notice that the interior is very classic, because they wanted to keep the interior pretty, you know, like to its roots, I guess you could say. Like, yeah, but it's, you guys will see when when we get to the interior that it's very classic looking and very like old style. Yeah, so that's basically the story I have for this house. But yeah, so you'll see here that this right here is the front porch area. This I didn't change too much. I left the bottom porch of it kind of the same, but the roofing I change. I put like I change all the colors. So and I change, like, I put like a ton of balconies all around. So I mean, it's a lot different than what it originally was. So I think that this, you know, rich family that buys this house did a very good job. So basically what you're seeing now is all gonna change. I know that it's kind of weird, yeah, it's all gonna change, but this roofing part I change. This roofing part right here I end up changing. So I mean, not drastically, I make it more of like a curved thing. I don't know, like, you'll see. And then the colors that I put on it originally are like a white or a super light blue and like a stonework, which that ends up changing too. That's really what it started out with. I just wanted to kind of see the base, you know, like see what it was originally, and then go from there. So yeah, so this roof right here is what is going to stay, and this is a two-story house, but it does have an attic, and that's what this back area here is right here. The attic has its room, and it leads out onto like this private balcony out here, like, but it's like a roof balcony, because technically it's the roof, but I turn it into like a little balcony. So that was not originally there. This family added that part in. So And there's a few other things that they add in, and you'll see this back deck. There was never, there will be a back deck on here, a very small one, but that originally was not on the house. So they add that, and they add just a bunch of stuff, some better landscaping than they had before. See, this stone right here is what was originally on the house, and I kind of wanted to show like how the house was originally as far as colors. So that's why I did that, but these colors will change very shortly. So basically it was just like all this real like white siding around the whole house, besides that one stone area right there. So yeah. But so now I'm gonna go ahead and put in like the front door and all the windows so you guys can see. This is very similar to what the house looks like in the pictures right now, except for the little attic on the back deck, or the attic, which I'm sure there's an attic in the actual house, but yeah, I don't know about that. But so this is all going to change. This is how the house originally was in the front here. Basically. I mean, basically. There's a few different things, but I made it very similar. But keep in mind that this balcony off of the attic did not exist in the actual house. I just really knew I wanted to do that. Just from seeing the pictures of the house, I knew I wanted to do something like that. So I went ahead and just did that right away, pretty much. Okay, so. And I don't believe that there was a door leading out onto that little balcony thing, but I did decide to put a door out there. And so basically this, that attic, I turned into a teenage boy's room. And out there on that balcony, or on the little balcony, I put like a punching bag and like some weights, because I think that would be really good for them. And that balcony right there on the second floor there was not originally there either. So that's another addition. You'll see a bunch of additions coming very shortly. This little roof area, that's going to change. That doesn't stay there. I think it looks kind of awkward like that. So it does change, and I add different stuff out there. So I think I extend that little balcony to go over the ground level balcony there. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm trying to see what colors and what schemes I want to use as far as the renovation process. Okay, so this foundation I do end up changing, which I don't really like that foundation, to be honest. But okay, I'm starting some of the renovations. They wanted to extend this part of the house out just a little bit, put in a new roof. Excuse me. They wanted to change the color of the roof. Granted, the roof is already a renovation because the roof didn't really look like that. It wasn't curved in that middle part. But yeah, so here they're starting the new coloring on their renovation. They put like a real dark brick and a dark blue colored siding instead of the white. And they add the brick in on this part too, instead of just having like, they wanted it to be kind of like cut up, I guess. And this will change. I put in that white woodwork right there, but instead I just put the siding back in right there. And they will change the foundation out too into like a real dark brick color. And they want to change, and they do end up changing that. And I believe I end up changing that one too. Yeah, I make it that like darker stonework type thing to make it blend in a little better. So, yeah, I think that looks really good. And I put in like real dark wood on all the balcony areas. And now, yep, there's the new foundation that we put in there. Okay, so What am I gonna do the layout? Oh, I guess I am doing the layout. Well, the outside is not done yet. So, as soon as I finish the interior layout, you will see some changes that I make as far as the outside goes. So that is not the finished product yet. So now I am going to make a little, like a balcony here on the second floor. And then upstairs there is 2 bedrooms and a little foyer area, and then like a miscellaneous room, which you could change if you wanted to. So basically right here, there's the master bedroom, the master bathroom, another bedroom, and then like a sort of rumpus room, or like an activity room, or like a miscellaneous room, or whatever you want to call it. I end up putting like a grand piano in there, and I think it looks really cute because it's like a round, like more of like a round room, so it works really good with that piano. Okay, this is the downstairs. This is the living room, and then the office, and then I have 2 bathrooms downstairs and a guest bedroom, a dining room, and a kitchen. So this is the dining room. I'm just making sure that a table will fit in there because it's kind of a small dining room. This is the kitchen, and it's a fairly large kitchen, to be honest. A ton of cabinetry in there. I mean, a ton. But I feel like older houses do tend to have a lot of cabinet space. So okay, so those are that is the stairwell to go up to the attic room, which is just one room, 1 bedroom right here. You can make it whatever you want. I made it a teenage boys room. So basically in this house I have the master bedroom, I have a teenage boys room, I have a teenage girls room, and then I have a guest bedroom downstairs. So alright, so this is where I start changing the outside, which a little piece of it got cut off, which is the balcony around the front, which you will be seeing very shortly. That's where I extend that balcony right there out to go over that downstairs balcony. Okay, so this is what I end up doing to the front instead of having all that roofing, which I didn't really like. I put this balcony that goes around most of the front of the house and the side of the house, or actually all the front of the house and then all of the side of the house. Okay, so I add some trim around all of the house, and now I'm going to start in on the gardening, which I really like it. It's very plain, very simple, but I really like the way it turns out in the end. I use these landscaping rocks to go around it as sort of like a border, I guess, for the little like flower patch or whatever you want to call it. And I do the same thing on the other side. I knew I wanted like one of them elm trees in there because I think it goes well. And I wanted that tree too because there's a lot of those trees around this house, like around the property. So I wanted it to blend in well with the world. So alright, here is the other little flower patch area thing going on. I think it looks really good though. Okay, so I do pebbles as the walkway because I think it looks really good like that. Now I'm going to put in some more trees around the side. This house doesn't have like an extraordinary amount of landscaping. It has a decent amount, but not like a ton. I wish that there was terraforming in this game because I can do so much better landscaping with terraforming as far as hills and, you know, like ponds, and like I'm not going to use any of the ponds or any of the debug objects in my builds yet because they don't transfer in the gallery. So if you guys download my stuff, they will not show up in your, you know, when you download it, and I don't like that. So I want it to be as close as possible when you guys download it. So yeah, that's why I decide not to put in that kind of stuff. So anyways, I put this little thing out here, which probably doesn't even need to be there because there's teenagers going to be living in this house. So, oh well, it's there. You can, if you guys don't need it, or, you know, whatever. Okay, now I'm going in and adding all the lighting to brighten up this place, which, like, literally almost all of these lights change in the end. Not so much the wall lights, but the hanging lights, they all, like, pretty much all end up changing into the very classic chandelier, which I think looks really good in this house. So yeah, I don't know. So I ended up starting this house on Saturday, but I had a very busy weekend. I had a birthday party, I had just a whole lot of stuff going on this weekend. Like, my next door neighbor that lives right next to me, her house got broke into over the weekend, and I mean, they broke in through her basement window and went up into her house, went up into her bedroom while they were sleeping, and took like within 6 feet of their bed, took money out of their wallet, or took their wallet or something, I don't know, but while they were sleeping, they were in their bedroom. So we were dealing with that as far as, like, you know, we're their neighbors, and I felt so horrible for them, and like I was scared because this happened like 10 to 15 feet away from my house, because the window that they broke into was like right by my house. So I was really scared, and I feel so horrible for her because she can't sleep, and yeah, it was just a really horrible deal. And yeah, it's not good. And like, I live in a small town, so this kind of stuff doesn't really happen too much in our town. So yeah, it was scary. So I was dealing with that for a lot of the weekend, and because like it sort of looked like our garage might have been broken into. I mean, nothing was taken, I don't think, but things looked like they had been gone through, you know, so I don't know. So we were dealing with that, and we just had a really long weekend to where I just couldn't, you know, I just couldn't get on here and do this. So I did end up starting this on Saturday night, but I only worked on it for like an hour and a half, basically like the very start of it. But I couldn't do a whole lot because we were just busy, so I had to stop. And then on Sunday, I did a little bit more, maybe like an hour or so more, and then I finished it on Monday. So Monday I finally was able to finish it. So 3-day project basically that I probably could have had done in one day, but because of all the bullshit that was going on in my personal life, I couldn't get that done. So this probably could have been put up yesterday probably, but I didn't finish it until Monday. And yeah, so just a lot of bull crap going on. So this is the kitchen right here. I think it turns out really good. Like, as you can tell, tons and tons of cabinets, but it's an older house. But remember, it's been renovated. That's where the 2 stoves and the 2 fridges come into play, because this family has a lot of money. They have a big kitchen. They want it to be a like huge kitchen with 2 stoves and 2 fridges apparently. So that's why I did that. And so yeah, it's a very big kitchen. I really love this kitchen though. Like, I love huge kitchens. My kitchen in my house is kind of like average sized. I mean, it's like not tiny, but it's not huge. It's like normal sized, I guess. And yeah, I wish I had a huge kitchen, like with tons of cabinetry and tons of cabinets and tons of countertop or counter space. And But oh well, I mean, I guess the bigger your kitchen is, the more messed up it'll get. And I don't like cleaning kitchens, so. Okay, here's the dining room. I went with like a red color in here. I think it turned out really good though. I like this dining room. Very classic. Yeah, I love it. I think it looks good. I put two china hutches in here with like sort of like this little accent table in the middle here. I think it looked good. And then on this side, I put a grandfather clock, which I didn't like how the grandfather clock kind of blocked that like painting. So I ended up putting two grandfather clocks. I don't know. I wanted to do just one, but if I put in just one, it looked like really awkward on the other side because I like things to be like very like proportionate and like the same on either side. So I don't know. Here's the front foyer area. I put another accent table in here with a mirror and some plants and some lamps, of course. I put some paintings in there. Yeah, I think I end up moving that a little bit, yeah. Put another painting above there. I really like this little, like how the living room and the dining room are only accessed through these French doors, because that is such like an old style house. Like they really, like the family that renovated this house, aka me, I really wanted to keep those French doors in there because that really adds to the character of the house, that it's, you know, it's an old house, and so they wanted to keep that aspect of it. And so that just goes to show that, you know, this house is very classic on the inside. It's very like old school, you know. The furniture is very old school, very classic. They do have, of course, their TVs and their computers and stuff, but for the most part, it's very classic. So I really like it, though. I do really like this house. Very expensive. I think it's like $250,000 in the end, so. But, you know, with the more classic furniture and with the more classic stuff, it is more expensive. You know, if I wanted to do just like a cheaper house, it wouldn't be, you know, it wouldn't look like this. So, it wouldn't look like I wanted it to look, at least. So, yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, I put in this just little tiny sitting area over there in that little round area portion of the living room. This is the office. Again, accessible through French doors through the living room area. All that's in here is this computer desk and a love seat and a bookshelf. That's it. Nothing too fancy. Well, some paintings, of course. And I love that chandelier. I think it just goes like perfect with this house. This is a main floor bathroom. And yeah, I like it. I love the colors. I love the gray. I think it looks really good in here. Oh, I need to take a drink. So yeah, I really hope you guys like this house. I think it turned out really good in the end. Again, with the cabinets in the bathroom, like I said, I feel like an older house that was built in the 1800s would have a lot of cabinets. I don't know, maybe that's just me, a lot of storage. Well, because the houses that were built like super long time ago, like in the late 1800s and early 1900s, they didn't really have like too many closets. Like they did have closets, but they had like tiny little closets. They did not have walk-in closets. They did not have like a ton of like storage as far as closets go. So to make up for that, they had a lot of cabinets and, you know, stuff like that to store things in. So, and you know, like in the kitchen they would have like a pantry, but it would be like a old school, like it's not exactly like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but I guess that's why I did it that way. And this bathroom I did sort of like a purple theme in, because it's just like a plain white bathroom, but I decided to put some color in there and add some purple. So yeah. So I'm just finishing up that hallway, and now I'm going into the guest bedroom, which is right here. It's very like brown and neutral colors in here. And yeah, I really like it though. It's very plain. Nothing too like crazy about it. I just put the basics in here because it's just a guest bedroom. So okay, I'm done with the downstairs now, so I'm going to go upstairs and start the master bedroom, which is red, as you can tell. Very red theme in here. I just like to try different colors for different rooms, and I hadn't done a red bedroom in a while, so, or a red master bedroom in a while, so that's why I did this. Of course, with the lighting is all the same throughout the entire house. I do a little sitting area over here with a lamp in between. With a rug, I use, I don't use that red one, I use a black one. And then over here is the dresser, and I put some stuff on there, some more lighting and some paintings, and that's pretty much it for the master bedroom. This is the master bathroom. This is the only bathroom upstairs. So if the teenagers have to go to the bathroom, they have to go downstairs. I'm sure in the game they'll just walk right into their parents' bathroom, but in real life they would probably have to go downstairs and use the downstairs toilet. So okay, so this is the master bedroom, or bathroom, I'm sorry, and I do add some more stuff in here because I feel like they use it a lot, so it's going to have a little bit more stuff in there. This is the teenage girls' room. Very cute. This bed, for some reason, does end up disappearing when I save the game, so when you download this house from the gallery, there's a good chance that this bed will be gone and the mirror above it. So you might have to add that back in. And I think that the dresser disappeared too because I put in like a scaled up object next to it. And if you put in scaled up objects like too close to certain items, the other item will disappear when you upload it to the gallery. So just to let you know, those two things, the bed, or no, three things, the bed, the mirror above the bed, and the dresser disappear. So you will have to add those back in. So yeah, that scaled up basket right there is what made it disappear. Yeah. And I'm not sure why the bed disappeared. Maybe it's the paintings scaled up? I don't know. I don't know. So now I'm going to go... I'm just putting all the curtains in the hallway area. And in here I didn't really know what to do right away. I was thinking about making it an art room, which doesn't end up working. But I end up putting in this brown piano. I think the colors go real well with it. I put in some plants, and I put in a sofa. Or a love seat, I think. Yeah. It's not a sofa, it's a love seat. Over here in this corner, I put it diagonal, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. With a table with a plan on it. That's pretty much it. And then out here in the hallway, I did like just a little sitting area, like a family room, or like very small, very compact, just like a sofa, a chair, a table, and a TV. I didn't want to make it too crowded in there. I add some rugs out here and some paintings, just a few. And here's the teenage boys' room, which is in the attic. I do a green color scheme in here, and for some reason, it did not want to let me keep putting in this railing. Like, not the whole thing, but like half of one side of it keeps changing back into that brick. So if you guys download it, there's a good chance that that might be back too, and I don't know why it's doing that. So you may have to put the railing back in. I don't know why I don't know why it's doing that. Don't ask me, I really don't. And teenage boys are messy, so I put in some dirty piles of laundry and some random just like baseball and football equipment just laying around on the floor. I put in some other stuff, and I don't know why I just decided to put that bonsai tree outside of the master bedroom on their balcony. I don't know why. I just decided to. So we're going into the screenshots now. This is the outside, the front of the house. I think it looks really cute. This is the front door. We're going into the front door now, into the front foyer, which I'm just going to show basically like either side with the French doors on either side. Going into the dining room. I really love this dining room. It's so cute. So red, so dark with the dark woods. I love it. Now we're going into the living room. Classic fancy furniture. I think it looks really good. But of course with their TV above the fireplace, you know. So it may have been built in the 1800s, but a more modern family lives here. Okay, well, not modern, but they do have their electronics, you know. Here's the kitchen with the ton of cabinets. I love it. I think it looks so good. And this is the hallway with the main floor bathroom here, and then around the hallway towards the back is the guest bedroom right here. Okay, and then here is the other bathroom downstairs. And then we're gonna go into this little area, which is the stairwell to go upstairs, but it's in like kind of like its own little room, but it has like columns all around it. I really love it. I think it turns out really good in the end. This is the master bedroom, of course, and the master bathroom, which for some reason, like with master bathrooms, I always end up doing like a black and white color scheme. I don't know why I do that. I really don't. Teenage girls room, super cute, shoes all over, book bag, you know, basic teenage girls room, I guess. I don't know. Here's the piano room, which you can always change if you don't like it. You can put in another room if you want. Here's the teenage boys room. And see, there goes that wall back there. I don't know why it's doing that. It makes me so mad. His exercise equipment on his little balcony. And here's the back of the house. I really love this house. I think it turned out really good in the end. But yeah, we're coming up to the end, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe for daily Sims 4 videos, you guys. Thank you so much.